Hey, howdy, welcome back to the channel. This is Matthew Pizgatti. I got two things I'm going to run through on the video today, one of which is I'm buying more DRIP. I want to talk about that and get that purchase in live. I also want to introduce a new crypto protocol staking type platform. It's another reward system similar to the DRIP ecosystem. Very new to me. It's more of a, what would you call it, a speculative play, kind of a gamble on my end. Obviously, all of these are gambles, but part of the point of this channel here is to document what I'm doing and make sure that I'm putting that out there openly and transparently, documenting my journey along the way, not only so I can come back and look at it, which I love to do, and say, oh, that's the price I bought that at, or this is when I made that move and it resulted in this. I like doing that a lot better than keeping 5 million spreadsheets. Some people love spreadsheets. I stare at them too much for my job. Crypto is actually a bit more fun for me just doing it this way and documenting it live for you guys. So that's how I'm going to continue to do that. So we'll talk about the new protocol that I found that actually Drip Tips channel was the one who sent it over to me. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, kind of introductory to what it is, and at least just, buy that on screen while we're here. So I'm throwing in about 0.22 BNB on the drip. That's going to give me, 4.6. And I just have a small amount right now. I was waiting for Ramp. I was going to buy in yesterday that ramp.network site, which has been incredibly reliable for me, by the way. I think I've mentioned it in previous videos as a good on-ramp. For some reason, they delayed my transaction. They sometimes pick one to manually review, and so that slowed down. I was going to purchase more drip yesterday. But by the way, if you do ever go to this site, I don't get any, this isn't a sponsorship or anything, but especially if you're in like Texas or one of the states like that, for me, it says some type of smart KYC here. It does connect to your bank, and so I guess in a way that's KYC. Well, I shouldn't say connects your bank. It really doesn't. That's why I'm not sure why it actually says that there, smart KYC. In Texas, like we can't, it's one of the states in the U.S. we can't use Binance US, so the amount of sites that we can buy BSC, Binance Smart Chain tokens on is very limited. It's very hard to get, fiat to our BSC tokens without jumping through all these hoops. And so I found this Ramp site, and it's really neat. What it does is it just, you put your credit card in, basically, your debit credit card, the amount you want, what token you want, and it's only a couple steps, and then it's in your wallet. It makes me verify a couple extra things with my bank, just because my bank forces that, and so it'll send me like a text and I have to verify. Sorry there. But yeah, so I don't know, other than that, it really doesn't have any KYC, which I like. I think that's more true to the intention of crypto, although obviously your credit card number is linked to who you are as a person, so it'd be incorrect to say no KYC, but there's very little, and it was very quick to get started. I didn't have to wait for weeks. It was just a rare occurrence recently that they held my transactions for a moment, so that was annoying. I was trying to get in at this lower drip price. And again, while I'm buying drip right now, we can see the chart. I mean, yeah, there's a little bit more of a dip again this morning. There's a lot of those people who were waiting to sell probably for any type of pump. And so, of course, there's a lot of sellers also in there. We kind of need them to get out of the system. Anyone who's unhappy with it, who doesn't think it's going somewhere, they need to get out and let it keep rising. But, of course, also, if we go look at the DEX tools, something like that, we've seen some of these bumps before, right? This one back here in mid-March. And then smaller ones, there's a couple in April, a little bit there at the end of April, and then this one here. Now, this is a pretty big jump, more upward momentum. It was about a $3 jump there. So that's more akin to like some of these where we saw these huge verticals, or this one here. This was 45 all the way up to 55 before we started continuing back downward. So we can't say for sure that this is it, that it's going to start taking off. I think we really need to, we've all been saying this, but we really need to see the farm. We need to see the dogs. We need to have more of these partnerships launching and things to really get up and going. But I digress. I've rambled on about that too often in some of these videos. But yeah, so we don't know if it's but when you have belief in a system, you think it's going to continue upward, go the way you want it to, and you're bullish on it, then you dollar cost average, especially if you bought in at a higher rate, which is what I did. I've mentioned I bought in around 130, and I've just been averaging on the way down. So This is about 4.5 more drip at around $13. So I'm going to add that to my spreadsheet while that's processing. I was about 4 at 13. And so that brings my average down to around 30 per drip, which is starting to look a lot better for me. I'm really glad for that. And now I have 5. Now I probably want to do another airdrops soon, maybe because I just did my first one the other day. I was excited for that. I'm only going to throw in 4 drip right now and save that last drip. I might do that next week. Drop someone new once I'll hopefully have a couple more team members by then, and we can start kind of randomizing that a little bit. Or I can pick someone from the Piggy Bank, which is what I've been wanting to do, like I mentioned in my referral video today. Oh, actually, that's scheduled to come out at noon, so you haven't seen that yet. But yeah, a little preview there. I just did my first airdrop, and I was really excited for it. So I made a video, but that's going out today, and it's small amounts. I'm not a huge bag holder here, like I've said a million times. So it's small amounts, but I want to pay that back. I want to make sure that I'm being a good actor in the system and giving back to my team members. At least make it kind of a lottery, do it on a random basis if I can't afford to give everybody something. So I was excited. Most of the bigger guys are giving a lot of airdrops. And that's how you build your team, is to reward people who are participating, and that encourages them to also get more people under them, and it's so on and so forth, right? And that's how we be good actors in the system. We're compounding more than we're claiming. We're referring. We're doing all the things. That's how these protocols work. So I'm excited for all of that. Now let's talk about this new protocol, this new platform that I was introduced to by Drip Tips. Now I'm not going to. This is Stake. This is Stake protocol. First off, website looks really neat. Shout out to their designers for that. Let me give it a hard refresh here just to make sure I'm up to date on any changes. May even disconnect and reconnect the wallet here. So this is Stake. It has a faucet. They even call it the faucet, I believe, in the documents. It's very so that portion is very similar as far as the terminology, and it's going to give you 1% a day, just like Drip Faucet. So that's similar, up to 365 days. What they really mean is 365%. If you're compounding in, you're depositing more. Your compounds, those are going to actually extend that. It's not going to be 365 days because it's 365% on your deposits. So it works very similar to Drip in that regard. It does have its own caps in its own way. Also, there is a kind of judging type system. I believe they call it this NERD, is the way what the gauge system is called, that judges if you're being a good actor in the system, if you're compounding more than you are withdrawing and claiming, so you're not just overclaiming the system. And if that's in good standing, and I guess it can kind of fluctuate, but you can get up to 2% a day rebase, and that's a rebase every 30 minutes, so on top of your 1%. So you can have up to 3% a day. And I'm not going to go into extreme huge detail on this today. I think my main point here today was just that I am going into it, and to do that buy live. The one thing I'm wondering about is purchasing, because so let me do a very brief explanation while I'm here. So Flame will be the token that is similar to BRIP for the Stake protocol. So that one is the token you need to hold if you're going to refer anybody, friends, family. You want them to hop on with you and build your team. You're going to need some Flame. So I'm probably going to get at least 5 so that I can have a couple downline. They do that type of Fibonacci sequence. So it's like you have to have 2 to have 1 downline, and so on. And then Stake is the main actual token. You can think of that like Drip. And it's going to go into the faucet. So I haven't started this yet. We're going to kind of walk through the process and invest it and see kind of where it goes, see how the website works, make sure it is working. And this is very early, you guys. This is only 300 people, players right now. I guess I'm about to be 297, or maybe I was 296. I would join the Telegram. I would read through the documentation if you're interested in any of that, and in any of this, I should say. And yeah, just go from there. I'm going to do a quick buy here and deposit just so you can see how that works. but then read through the documentation. I'll go through a longer white paper video later on, but this is just so early that if this does catch on, this is kind of a speculative play. But if it's as good as it looks like it's going to be, and I like the website, I think they did a good job on the logo. The documents are easy to read. The white papers are actually in like a knowledge base type format, which I'll just show you real quick that I like. I love the ones that are in this format because they're so easy to work through and actually get all of the information you need step by step. It's very, very useful. I may just get 3 flame today because I don't care about more than just about 2 downlines. And if this gets more popular and takes off, maybe I'll get more flame. Or maybe I'll get more just because it may raise in price like REAP did. That B-REAP really took off after it was the referral. If it was the needed token to have referrals for DRIP, and it still is, and it really saw a big price surge. So I might get a few extra flame just for that. See, there should be a way to purchase on this site so that we have less of a percentage taken out, the same way with DRIP. And I'm not really seeing that. Maybe that opens up after you get started. So I'm going to buy on PancakeSwap to start with. I thought there would be a way to purchase on the site, but it's still very new. I'm going to say I understand. I'm going to import this token. And similar to what I just did with DRIP, I want about... Oh, you know what? Actually, I do need a few. Like I said, I need a few flame. Those are $2 right now. Let me figure out how much I need. Okay, so it looks like I want about 0.175. And that's going to give me around 11 stake. So just like DRIP, I'm starting in here with a pretty small amount. And I was having this issue yesterday with PancakeSwap as well. I'm setting my slippage pretty high. And it is really not wanting to let transactions go through for me. I don't know why it is acting like that. I could set like a ridiculous amount, but even that's not going through. So I think I'm having an issue with the PancakeSwap. Oh, it's trying to approve that one now. That'd be hilarious if it actually had a slippage of that amount. I don't know why it wanted that set so high. We'll see how much I actually ended up getting with that. I don't think there's a million people trying to buy this one right now, but it's silly that it required it to be set that high. Okay, let's see if this asset comes through. Let's see if I now have the token that I wanted. Looking through. Yep, I ended up with about 9.7, which was less than I wanted. I can see that balance here. So now that we're back to that, we're going to click on downline. I already have my leader wallet address. It is Drip Tips team that he sent me. And it's going to ask me to deposit. I just have to deposit more than one. And I'm going to try to put my full 9.7954. If it will let me do the full amount. Deposit and get started. What if I just do 9? I don't see a deposit button. And we're back. Okay. I had to pause there for a moment. I was looking around trying to figure out why I couldn't get deposited. It looks like it is a minimum of 10 stake right here on the main page. I don't know how I missed that. That's why none of the buttons were lighting up for me. So if you have your minimum 10 stake, when you click here to start, this looks like it's popping up my MetaMask. It's letting me approve this protocol in general, making sure that I can use the site. And that is spinning. So you won't see that button pull up until you have actually bought the stake. So you need to have that, and then at least 10, and then you should see that button pop up there. And so you'll see down here as well, no button appears until we're at least at 10. I'm going to try to put my full amount, since obviously the gas fee shouldn't be coming out of this. And let's see if it goes through successfully or not. And we're spinning. Yeah, so like I say, this is somewhat of a speculative for me. I haven't used this protocol yet. We're going to see how it works, what it does, where it goes. I'll obviously put the link down in the description for you on this video, so you can take a look around, look at the white paper, see what you think about it as well, and let me know. Let me know what you think. And, you know, just one of those things. I'm trying to document that I'm going into it. Today is the day. What is today? June 9th. So that's when I'm going into the stake protocol. I'm going to start making some videos on it. We'll review the white paper together. There should be a way to buy natively on the site. I think that's paused right now. They're still working on a few things. The documents kind of outline where their future steps are, which include, you know, a couple audits. Fully functioning DEX, probably a native DEX. They might mean the one on their site. Maybe that's why that's not fully ready yet. They're working on a burning lottery and casino type games, which makes sense because it says something about BitCrush as a service. I think during their Meet the Team here, I noticed that some of these people have worked with other. Yeah, so this one here, Master Blaster on their team is says brain behind GameFi protocol BitRush. So you can go to probably any of these developers direct telegrams from the team. So look into that further. Let me know what you think. I just got started on it today. I like the way the website looks so far. I like the documentation. I like how affordable it is, and I like that we're getting in on the ground floor. So DRIP still awesome, still compounding and adding in more DRIP as I just showed you on this video as well, and still working on the team there. But I also want to see where this goes. It looks like it could be promising. So catch you on future videos. We'll talk more about stake, and we'll see if this drip pump continues or if we're going to continue downward for a little while longer before we get the farms and everything else up and running. Thanks, as always, for watching. Appreciate likes and subscribes, and catch you guys in the next one. Talk to you later.